For this sequence, we are going to focus on doing less and simply stretching. So come to a seat, come to Sukhasana, one ankle in front of the other, and then switch it out so you have the non-dominant leg in front. Might feel a little bit more tight than usual. Your palms together, thumbs towards sternum, bow your head to your heart. Acknowledge this body. Acknowledge this practice. And allow yourself to arrive. Then lift your head up and blink your eyes open. Take your hands down to your legs and then walk your hands out in front of you and simply let yourself fall forward. So not attempting to hold on, just resting here. Notice if there's tension that you can actively release. Are you holding on? Lift up halfway. Lengthen out your spine, and then if it's comfortable, flip your palms up and then come right back down. Focus on long, slow breaths, softening on every exhale. Then flip your palms down if you took that option, and then press your hands back in. Come back up to seated. Switch out your legs so it feels like you've got the dominant leg in front. And then on an inhale, reach your arms out and up. Send your gaze up toward your fingertips. Get long to the sides of your body. And on the exhale, twist to the left, your right fingertips to your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Stay here, long, slow, exhale, deep twist. And then on an inhale, take it back to center, arms once again, long to the sides of your body. Exhale, twist to the right fingertips of your right hand behind you, left to your right thigh. Take it back towards center, arms lift. And then on an exhale, take your hands down to your heart. You're going to come into another kind of a twist. So keeping your left knee out in front of you onto the mat, you're going to place your right foot to the outside. So adjust as you need so you can feel secure. If this doesn't feel quite right, extend the bottom leg. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale, lift up, lean back slightly. Exhale, twist at your belly. Take your elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Lift up, inhale, exhale, twist more deeply. If this isn't working for you, then just take your arm around that right knee. Share the weight of your body equally between both sides of your bum. Then on an exhale, take your gaze back to the front and then unravel. Take a little counter twist over to the left. Come back to center and then switch your rear leg. So this time, right knee is on the bottom. Left foot is to the outside. Lean back, left hand behind you. Inhale, arms lift up. Right arm lifts up. Switch the sides. Shift your way to the left. Elbow to the outside of your thigh. Long, slow, deep exhales. And then unravel. Take a little bit of a counter twist over to the right. Lean out to the right. Great. And come right back up. You're going to come onto your hands and knees. And you're going to take a cow-cat flow. So make sure that your shins are parallel to each other. You're going to shift your hips back towards your heels, kind of like a modified child's pose. Let your head come down. It might not touch the mat. It's okay. Inhale, rise to your knees. Palms lift up, slight back bend. Press the tops of your knees. Exhale, bow all the way back down. Inhale, keep your heart low. Come forward to a cow pose. Exhale, press up to cat and shift your hips back to your heels. And again, like that, inhale, lift up. Slight back bend, maybe palms press. Exhale, bow back down. Inhale, slide it forward, belly down. Exhale, press your spine up. Send your hips back to your heels. One more time like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, slide it forward, belly down. Exhale, press up to your cat. And then come back down to neutral spine. We'll come to an Anahatasana, melting heart pose. Take your hands up towards the corners of your yoga mat. Point your inner elbows up. Your hips are over your knees and start to drop your chest down to the mat. Keep your belly taut. So you might not come all the way down. It's okay. You might come further. Make sure you're pressing through all of your hands that are touching the mat. On an exhale, start to lift your weight back up. Strong belly. Take your hands back underneath. Tuck your toes and send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. So If you're a little bit tight here, bend your knees, take a little bit of walk, pedal your feet out. Then lift high onto your toes, pivot your heels over to the right, and then press your chest back more towards your left thigh. Inhale, take it back to center, and then pivot to the opposite direction. Press your chest toward your right thigh. Take it back to center, back to that downward facing dog. Bend your knees pretty generously, and then you're going to take the space between your the first and second toe of your left foot and place around the Achilles of your right. So start to let the weight of your foot drag down. Keep pulling your right hip back, not letting it kind of anchor forward. All right, rebend the knee, place the feet back into regular down dog. Keeping the bend, place that foot on the left heel, letting that drop the heel down toward the mat. Left hip draws back. And then take the foot right back down, pedal it out a bit. On your next inhale, right leg comes up and back, create lots of space. Exhale, pull your knee towards your nose and place your foot between your hands for a low lunge. Shift your hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. You're gonna flex your toes towards your face. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, shift your chin towards your shin, shoulders away from your ears. Drag your heel along the mat like you're gonna crinkle it underneath you. Inhale, lift up halfway. Place more weight to your left palm. Peel your right fingertips up for a twist. Keep flexing your toes towards your face. Right hip draws back. Exhale, take your hand back down. Rebend into the front knee. You're going to tuck the back toes and lift up the back knees here in a low lunge. Here you can stay on your fingertips for spider fingers, or bring blocks in for a little bit more lift. I like blocks in this variation. However, they're not necessary. So onto spider fingers, whether on blocks or not. On an inhale, drop your hips, your back knee bend. Inhale, reach your heart forward like cobra. On an exhale, lift your hips up and back. Front leg becomes straighter or straight in a modified pyramid pose. Your back heel is up. Inhale, once again, dip your heart down, reach your heart forward. Exhale, lift it up and back, shift and back. One more time like that. Inhale, drop your hips, reach your heart forward. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, lift up halfway, keeping that front leg straight or straighter. Then flex your toes towards your face. And then once again, descend your chin towards your shin. All right, let that foot release back down to the mat. Bend into the front knee, set the blocks aside if you use them. Stand back to your downward facing dog. On an inhale, left leg comes up and back. On an exhale, pull your knee to your chest. Place your foot between your hands toward left thumb. Drop your right knee down. And we're going to take half splits on the other side. Shift your hips back, flex your toes towards your face. Wiggle your leg forward if your leg comes totally straight. And even keep a little bend in your knee here, even if you know that your leg goes completely straight. Give yourself space. And then on an exhale, chin to shin. Just breathe. Focus on doing less. Inhale, lift up halfway, place more weight to the right palm. Maybe you're on spider fingers, and then you're going to twist upward. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, take it all the way back down. Okay, bend into the front knee, tuck the back toes, lift up the back knee. We're gonna take those hip dips again. So grab your blocks if you'd like to use them. Inhale, drop your hips, reach your heart forward, gaze up. Exhale, hips up and back, straighter or straight front leg, modified pyramid. Again, inhale, bend the front knee, dip it forward. Exhale, lift it up and back. One more time like that. Inhale, drop your hips. Exhale, take it up and back. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. And then inhale, lift up halfway. Pull your left toes towards your face. And then scissor your thighs together, even here, not a whole lot, but just so you've got a little bit of tension to keep your balance. Reach your chin towards your shin. And then let the foot come down, re-bend into that knee. Set the blocks to the side. Hand to the mat, step back to the downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Spread your fingertips wide. Find length through the sides of your body. Reach the inner thighs back. And then take your knees to your mat. Gonna come to a Baddha Konasana posture. So come onto your bum. Knees out in front of you, feet out in front of you. Bring the soles of the feet together. Hands behind you, lift up your hips, and then just scoot yourself forward a little bit. Bring your hips closer to your feet. Hands to your feet, shrug your shoulders back. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, you're going to tilt forward. So you're going to take an active version of this. So instead of rounding, you're going to keep a flatter spine here. And depending on how you feel, you might just hang it right here, or energetically reach your knees down and back. Okay, inhale, lift right back up. Exhale, release it. Hands behind you, lift up your hips, and then scoot them on back. Figure 4 at the wall. So come to a wall, a door, something that is flat and stable. Maybe even the side of your bed work for this one. So you're gonna bring one hip up towards the wall and then rock onto your back and come up. The closer you are to the wall, the more intense this will be. So if you want less intensity, then just shimmy away. So your knees are bent, your feet are into the wall. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then just notice how this feels. So you're using the resistance of the wall here. If you're interested in making this a little bit more intense, come out of the pose, shimmy a little bit closer, swing right back up. As you're in this pose, flex your right toes towards your face, your left foot is flat against the wall or door, whatever your structure is. Arms out to the sides, simply relax. All right, then lessen that up, release it. Place the right foot against your structure and then cross your left ankle over your right thigh. You might notice the side is really different and you need to adjust. If so, come away from the wall, shimmy toward it or away from it. Closer is going to be a more intense stretch. Flex the left foot. Let your arms rest out to the sides. And then you're going to start to press your tailbone down toward the mat for more intensity, more stretch. All right, release that activity and cross. And take legs up wall, running. So I like to scooch up really close to the wall. My legs go straight. If that's not something that feels comfortable for you, then have a little bit of distance, but you're gonna get there the same way. Take one hip up towards the wall, lean onto your back, and then ever so slightly and gently swing your legs up toward the ceiling. So again, this is not gonna be super active. We're gonna allow our legs to be soft, but pointed upward. And we want our shins to be basically parallel to each other. So you might find that your bum against the baseboards or the bottom of the door is good. And if it's not, again, come out, shimmy away, and then using your hands for support, bring your legs up. You're simply going to allow yourself to exist in this pose. Arms out to the side, perhaps taking one hand on heart, one hand on belly, maybe both hands on belly. And then just simply be aware of the natural rhythm of your breath. Allow your breath to become more full. Find some movement in your toes, flexing and pointing. Again, doesn't matter if your legs are straight or not. Maybe you tuck your arms closer into your body, bring them out to the side slightly. Feel this expansion through your body. And then as carefully as you enter this pose, start to bend your knees, and then you're going to rock over onto one side. And then with your eyes closed or with a very soft gaze, make your way to a seated posture. On an inhale, reach your arms out and up, palms press above you. And then on an exhale, take your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows for clarity of thought, to your lips for clarity of speech, and to your heart for clarity of action. Bowing your head to your heart, a symbol of honor, humility, and gratitude. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.